What is going on, everybody? 2Bob29 back in the lounge yet again. Make sure to kick back, relax, and grab some snacks as always. Today we got another character gameplay preview, and you're probably going to get used to me wearing this because I got to do this one, I got to do Gunther's rework, and we have a new Tech Brock rework. Funny that we get Kofi Kingston on the weekend and a Tech Brock rework, but nevertheless, Kofi Kingston, the New Day's world is in the game. He is a modern era defensive trickster. He is a coach at 35,000. Green moves, 75% more damage. He's got the New Day link, the Raw link, a brand new link for the New Day's world. Any color moves start with 10 more MP. He's got the modern era link, and he's also got no gear. He does, however, have a hot tag move at the max cap of 35k. Whenever he is tagged into the match, deal 36 million damage and destroy the top row. The pin bar will not move. He also, I know it doesn't show it here, but he has a -2 on the tag counter. We still have the moment. I haven't leveled it up yet, specifically because I felt like something like this might happen. But let me apologize ahead of time. We do have an extra 1% gem damage and 1% black gem damage, so I'm sorry, tremendously so. I can't take that out of here, unfortunately. So you're going to just have to deal with it, I guess. And typically I would kind of work up from the worst to the best moveset. I'm just going to skip that because he's got a couple movesets and that's it. So I figure, why not? Let's just start with the best one. So we got the black, purple, apologies, he's a black, purple, and yellow move user. 6 MP flying clothesline, 850k damage, and increase your purple by 10. The tornado DDT, 6 MP purple move, 250k damage, 7 random gems, and to 1 turn countdowns that deal 2.29 million damage, and make 8 random gems into black gems at the end of the turn. And the 10 MP purple finisher, the SOS, 920k, increase your black gem damage by 100% for 1 turn. And then the finisher, deal 2 million damage, decrease your countdown gem timers by 1, and pin the opponent. The entourage for this one, probably going to look at me crazy. We got Mello for purple and black, and we got Santa for +1 MP, so 6 MP for purple and black. And then we got our boy Powerhouse Shelton Benjamin for that 60% black gem damage. And of course, Stunning makes a return for 40% on any color gems. So pretty solid entourage here. The only thing is Santa, obviously you want to have him at +1 because this is the CC account. He is unfortunately at the max cap that he is at, so I apologize for that. But Mello, most of you should hopefully have access to getting him at some point or another. If you don't, just switch him out for Woods, and you can hit the black move into the purple move into the finisher. The strap that we have on for this one. So we got a 150 strap, the Furies, obviously, and we have 2 skill plates on here. We got the Name of Fear Haku skill plate. Whenever you make 6 or more countdown gems, increase your black gem damage by 200% for 2 turns. And the Point Break Black Royal Rumble, destroy 30 gems and generate 30 black gems at the end of the turn. So without further ado, we're going to hop right on into this one. There are a couple other movesets. We're going to try out his purple because he has a new skill plate himself. I don't see how it's going to work. This moveset we'll revisit when we get to the tag side of things, and he's also got a triple yellow moveset, which I just don't like. So for starters, here you go. Let's assume that we just have Woods instead of Mello, so you'd use the black move to fill the purples. You'd hit your purple countdown move. That will go ahead and trigger the Haku skill plate, and then we get the additional 100% black gem damage from that. All of the countdowns trigger, the whole board goes into black gems, and then you're going to generate 30 more black gems at the end of it. And you're looking at about 64 mil without the countdowns breaking. With each countdown breaking, you're looking at about an 80 million damage pin. So pretty solid stuff. We're going to run it back and hit the countdowns twice now because we're going to run it as if we had Mello instead of Woods. So that was, again, for those of you that have Woods but don't have Mello. This instance, as you can see, I'm not cutting the video or anything like that. This instance is going to be if you have Mello instead of Woods. So you will start out with your Tornado DDT. You're probably wondering what's the difference. Well, this triggers the Haku plate not once but twice, and each countdown is an additional 2.29 million damage. So you can hit the countdown not once, but twice. You got 7 countdowns at 2+ million damage, so you're close to 15 mil additional bonus damage there. All of them are going to trigger. You're going to get the boost from all of them. And the Haku plate again triggering twice, so each of those is over 800k apiece. Now you're looking at 78 million in gem damage, and our pin was close to 110 million because of all of the countdowns doing their damage as well. So pretty solid stuff, pretty straightforward stuff. Is he the 1 billion damage hitter? No, but he's pretty good. Let's see what else he's got moveset wise. Alright, for our second moveset, that triple yellow that I was talking about before, we're going to try it out. So they're all 3 MP moves, 3 yellow moves. The springboard crossbody, increase your 950k damage, increase your yellow gem damage by 115% for 1 turn. And it is also a reversal. If your opponent generates at least 1 pyro gem, deal 1.25 million damage and increase your yellow gem damage by 150% for 1 turn and steal the opponent's turn. I don't know how that's going to work because typically that doesn't actually carry over to your turn. It's just going to start your turn and then you don't get any boost. And there's no one with like real pyro gems that get generated. Like we're going to go against Big Papa Pump, but it's left over from the sub, so that doesn't trigger that. So we can't really figure it out. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. The boom drop, 450k damage, make the top row into Snowfall, which will modify all gems below it until each gem's strength 375k when broken by you, deal 1.5 million damage, and then destroy 7 random Snowfall gems. It's a decent move, but to me it should have been a no pin bar move, because this is just not strong enough to get it done. 900k, Trouble in Paradise, 900k, and make 42 leech gems into yellow gems. So everything's going to be leech, everything's going to be yellow, so all yellow everything, all leech everything. So the entourage for this one, we're breaking out Kofi on Kofi, because everybody loves running those minus MPs, so you got to have a little extra MP to make up for it. You can also go ahead and bring in 2 yellow MP, and I think it's 45% gem damage on the original Cena, but no need to do that. We've got plenty of firepower here as is. Because I said earlier everything's going to be leech gem everything. Well, I wasn't really kidding. So 200% from Cena, 300% from Io, 100% from Mr. Austin Theory. So 600% additional leech gem damage. The strap for this one, same exact strap, same exact medals, different skill plates. So we have the mask, the mark of a hero. Whenever you make 6 or more leech gems, increase your purple and yellow gem damage by 75% for 1 turn. And the rainbow flurry skill plate, whenever you make 4 or more snowfall gems, increase all your gem damage by 500% for 1 turn. You can get rid of the mark of a hero if you want to try and refill the yellow move, but it's a risk that's not really worth it to me. And that's also why we have the gem damage move up here first, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about, just because it's real unlikely that it's going to happen, but in the scenario that it does, always pays to be ready. So you can go ahead and boost your yellow gem damage first by 115%. Then you can turn the entire top row into snowfalls, and then it's going to break the top row. So in the case that you have 3 yellow gems here, you would recycle both of these moves. You obviously would not use this move because then you would pin them, but you could get a double set of the bonus. And in the scenario that you have, 3 gems of the same color, so this one, there's 3 black gems in this middle row here. If you broke those 3 and you had a black to yellow plate, then yeah, you'd get these back, but neither here nor there. We're looking at our yellow gems. The yellow leeches are about 1.9 mil apiece. We got 42 of them. And we also have 375k worth of leech gem damage. As you can see, it's not going to show us how much damage it does, but it's close to like 85 to 90 mil, somewhere in that range. It's not bad, but I don't like the idea that it's like, yeah, destroy the entire top row. Hope to not cascade. Like, that's not the greatest. Let's see what else he's got. Okay, so I was going to try and showcase what Kofi's new skill plate does, which is essentially the purple version of the sheet plate. Whenever you activate a purple move, increase your purple move damage by 100% for 1 turn. I don't really see that being very good. This essentially is 3 million damage, which, like, that's okay. And you can use this, and, you know, you can get the MP back, and you could trigger it a second time. Like, ooh, you know, you get an extra 6 million damage on the finisher. Like, it's okay, I guess. So we're just gonna skip it because I don't have the plate anyway. I'm gonna show you one other move that he has, which I'm really not a fan of, but you might be. So it's the guillotine, 6 MP purple sub, color sub. You choose 8 gems to make into purple submission gems. 430k for 3 turns. Remaining sub gems on the board get turned into 1 turn countdown gems that will deal 450k damage and increase your black gem damage by 20% for 1 turn. So if you kind of catch where I'm going with this, it's a little odd because the goal is that you want to get these countdowns out, you want to redo it, you want to get these countdowns out again, and then you want to use the sub with your opponent not breaking these gems, but you also want these gems at the top of the board so that they trigger to give you the gem damage bonus before these ones trigger. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. And like the idea that, you know, this 100% built-in bonus isn't enough, so you're going to go out of your way to try and get each of these to trigger for 20% apiece. You need to have 6 of these submission gems left over for it to be better than just using the finisher. I'm not a fan of it. So I know I'm not a fan of it, but the entourage for this one's pretty much the same as what we had before, just with a tiny little caveat. So we got Mello, we got Shelton, we got Santa still, but bringing in Hall of Fame Jerry the King Lawler. So the goal is that you want to just have the sub out for 1 turn. You better hope your opponent isn't fully loaded. And that's the only way around this. So the strap is still the same as we had before. 150 Furies, Point Break, Haku Plate. Let's check it out against Big Papa Pump. So here we are, turn 1, we're going to hit our countdown move. We're going to hit our gain MP move. We're going to hit our our countdown move again. My apologies. And now we get to hit the submission. And we're going to hope that he does not break any of these. Yeah. And the 1 turn, the problem is he's also loaded, and he did break one of them. So this is the part that, like, I don't really like when you're using the reduced sub part so that you can try to leave these countdowns behind. And now he's just going to put us on a sub, and even if he doesn't overwrite them, which obviously he will, like, it all goes off during the sub. So, not a fan. We'll run it again one more time without Jerry the King Lawler to see what that looks like. Alright, so we are back, and we don't have Hall of Fame Lawler anymore. We got Stunning back in. So let's try it again. Maybe it'll work this time. Who knows? And even if it does, I don't see it. And the only reason this would be comparable is because even though we're using the countdowns now, the Haku plate lasts for 2 turns, not 1 turn. So, here, I guess it's not showing. But it lasts for 2 turns, not 1 turn. So, hopefully, not everything gets, destroyed. I don't even see a good spot for any of these, to be honest, other than like on the bottom of the board. And that's not good because you want them to trigger first. So we lost 1, we lost 3 more, we lost a 5th one. So yeah, there you go with the sub. and the follow-up. So yeah, that was still 88 million damage. It's okay, but I don't see why we're going to struggle going through that for 88 when we could just very easily hit 110 with Mellow anyway. So there you have it. And last but not least, this move is the move I didn't show. It is a 3 MP black move, 930k. Steal up to 10 MP from each of your opponent's purple moves. I don't see very much of a need for that. The only difference would be instead of using this gain MP move, you would just be using a steal MP move. So it's effectively the same thing. What I'm going to go ahead and do though now is we're going to showcase the hot tag move with Xavier Woods of the New Day's World as well. So let me set that up and I will be right back. Okay, so we've got Woods and we've got Kofi and we got their brand new tag link, the New Day's World Any Color MP plus 10. And you're probably wondering, why are we setting them up with Woods? If you don't know, Woods has a fantastic setup with him as well as the tag link. Both of them have the, I guess it scrolled past it, the tag counter reduction. Woods also has a hot tag move, but it's only to benefit himself. Doesn't really help Kofi out. And what we're going to go ahead and do is just use these two blue moves. Woods doesn't really need to use anything else here. None of it's actually going to get used. The reason for the sub is in case your opponent is loaded turn 1, you can just go ahead and sub them down and drain their MP. And after the sub is done, then you can go ahead and tag in Kofi. No need to worry about MP on these because the tag link gives you plus 10. And then we also have the Springboard Tornado DDT, makes the top row into Snowfalls, which modifies all gems below it into multi of strength 6. That is all we need from Woods. So I'm not really bothered about any of the entourage here. It doesn't help, doesn't hurt, doesn't bother me about the strap whatsoever. The moment here will be huge if you do get the moment for Kofi's side of things, which we'll go over Kofi's side of things in just a second here. So again, we're keeping out the same stuff. We don't really need the black move here for this specific move set. You can go ahead and throw in the Pyro reversal if you feel there's a need, but this is a very simple purple finisher. So you put out the countdowns and you turn everything into black gems with the bonus. So the switch up here, you're going to notice we have a lot of multi-gem strength. Now Kofi isn't generating the multi-gems, Woods is. However, this will carry over for when Kofi makes the multis. And we got the same exact strap as we had before with the Haku plate and the point break plate. Again, this will be huge if you get plus 50 all gem, black gem, and plus multi-gem strength. We'll check that out right after this first fight. I know I was talking about maybe doing another preview with Woods later on with the moment. Maybe we can check into that later on, but I'm not really concerned with that right now. First up, you're going to go ahead and hit the sub. That way your opponent is not loaded and doesn't hurt your Woods with any of their moves, so nothing to worry about there. Also, if they're just not loaded, you can just take a swipe, doesn't bother anything for the moveset that you have going on. You're going to go ahead and put the top row into Snowfall gems, and then you're going to tag in Kofi, who will also be loaded because of the tag link, and his move will trigger 36 million damage. He breaks the top rows. You will see all of the multi-gems have generated. You're going to go ahead and put out those 7 countdown gems. That perfect 7 will always fill in the top row. Your multi-gems that are black are doing over 5 million damage before the gem damage bonus. The gem damage bonus will kick in here. You will decrease all of the countdown gems, and then you will turn everything on the board into black gems, and then you'll have the point break trigger again. And just like that, there's 500 million damage with Kofi. So to me, that's probably his best benefit, is that hot tag. The -2 on the tag counter is very, very slick. And the idea that you could break the top row without moving the pin bar is tippy top notch. So that's the one. All right, we went ahead and maxed out the moment. 50% gem damage, 50% black gem damage, 3 to the multi-gem strength. Everything else is entirely the same. Same moveset, same entourage, same trainers, same coaches, same straps, same skill plates, same fight, same everything. It's literally been about 10 seconds since the little cut there. So we're going to do everything exactly the same. This time, the only thing that we're going to do different is we don't need to use the sub because Ludwig is not fully loaded. Just to show you what the alternate is, you just swipe there. You don't have to wait for the sub. Now you can go ahead and use the snowfall gems. It's not a problem. Boom. And now we can tag out, destroy the top row without moving the pin bar. 36 million damage. There goes the top row. And now we have all of our multi-gems at times 18 instead of times 16 or times 15. And now each of these are doing 6.8 million damage instead of 5.3. That is before the finisher bonus. So this is going to be a huge pick-me-up on damage still. And we're also going to get the point break plate to trigger afterwards here as well. And with a nice little cascade, 640 million damage after tagging him in. Feels like the New Day might be the next big thing. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. When it comes to tag teams in Showdown. Alright, and to finish it out, because we have the moment now, which does give us the additional 100% black gem damage, 50% on all and 50% from black gems, we're going to test it out against Big Papa Pump as a solo instead of as the tag. We obviously swapped the entourage back out to what we used in our very, very first moveset, which is Mellow, Stunning, Shelton, and Santa. For those of you that just want to see what you can do with a very quick and simple 1, 2, 3, there's your MP gain. There is your countdown gem generate. And here will be your bonus damage and trigger of the countdowns. Very simple, very straightforward 1, 2, 3 gameplay. We still have the Black Rumble plate to trigger, and there's 73 mil, about 90 mil pin when you include in all the countdown gem damage. Alright, so that is it. That is the New Day's World Kofi Kingston. There is currently an offer up for him on the portal, just like there was for Viscera. Looks like they are selling him for the price of a normal mega, so definitely obtainable. I'm not going to say that everyone's willing to spend a mega on a character, and that's completely understandable, but he's out there. That being said, I think he's okay. I think he's fine as a standalone. I don't think he's a crazy heavy standout by any stretch of the imagination. I like the idea with his tag reduction and hot tag move. You can probably work something funky in there with some snowfall characters, maybe. Something like that. So, yeah, I mean, he's good. I don't think that he's, like, earth-shattering. I don't think that you have to move the world and the moon and the sun and the stars to get him. He's good. He's fine. I know we missed out on a purple move damage set with him. I don't think that's going to be anything fantastic. I think that honestly might be his worst move set. I think this was just an excuse to get the purple version of a Sheik plate into the game. But hey, I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. If you liked the video, make sure to like the video. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button to stay in tune with all the additional content that I will keep on putting out there. Share with all your friends that want to see what the New Day's World Kofi Kingston is capable of doing. And leave some comments. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know if you thought that I might have missed a moveset. I don't think that I did. This is pretty straightforward stuff. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. So, until next time, y'all, have a good one. Bye.